Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the English News of Binh Phuoc radio, television station, and newspaper. I'm Binh Phuoc, and now let's take a look at our headline. Sustainable forest management being implemented. Binh Phuoc preparing to export bird nest. Vietnamese president attend the 30th APEC economic leader meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development in Binh Phuoc Province had issued a document on implementing a framework plan of action to adapt the European Union deforestation regulation.
The document emphasizes efforts to publicize the EUDR and provides technical guidance to management agencies at all levels, so that forestry products brought to the market are in compliance with the regulations. The province coordinates with relevant agencies, associations, businesses, international organizations, and other units to build and recognize a national database on growing areas. In addition, it focuses on researching and proposing support mechanisms and policies related to exported forestry products following the EUDR. Binh Phuoc also focuses on inspiring and guiding the implementation of sustainable forest management, offering solutions to support forest owners, especially households, individuals, and cooperatives, towards granting certificates for sustainable forest management to meet the EUDR.
With advantages in geography, land resources, climate, transportation infrastructure, workforce, and investment policy, Binh Phuoc Province has emerged an attractive destination for investors.
With the motto "Support and Accompany Businesses," Binh Phuoc has proposed administrative reform and digital transformation in recent times, and regularly hosts investment promotion events to introduce its potential and preferential policies to businesses and investors. It focuses on dialogues and the timely and decisive resolution of proposals and recommendations from businesses regarding difficulties and obstacles in production, business, and investment. There are current 406 FDI projects in the province, with total investment capital of over $4.196 billion.
Following other agricultural products such as cashew nuts, rubber, and detergents, bird nest promised to be the next export product from Binh Phuoc Province to post significant revenue figures.
As of March this year, there were about 1,400 breeders raising swiftlets in the province, with a total flock of more than 400,000. The common area for raising swiftlets is from 100 to 350 square meters, with average nest production of about 1 to 3 kilos a month, according to Binh Phuoc Province's agriculture sector. Along with planning birds' nest raising areas, promoting the export of nests is the appropriate direction to take to create stable outcomes and promote sustainable development. Many birds' nest production and processing businesses in Binh Phuoc are completing documents on disease prevention, food safety, and production origin to officially export their birds' nests to China from the beginning of this year. According to the Department of Animal Production at the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, birds' nests are a high-value product, boasting many export opportunities. In 2022, global revenue from birds' nests totaled over $10 billion, of which the Chinese market accounted for more than 80%.
Ladies and gentlemen, State President Võ Văn Thưởng was in the United States of America for Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC Leader Meeting 20 and 23. We joined the state leader to see how his trip processed.
President Võ Văn Thưởng highlighted 3 lessons from APEC's success for the future, while addressing the 30th APEC Economic Leaders Meeting that opened in San Francisco, the U.S., on November 17. The president said APEC is a leading regional cooperation and connection forum that brings substantive benefits to people. 3 lessons can be drawn from APEC's success for the future. They are the openness and goodwill of all parties to understand and overcome differences, find common voice, and promote common interests, the vision and strategic thinking of generations of leaders that have correctly positioned the role of Asia and the Pacific in APEC, and the support and companionship of the business community and people. The president stressed that, after 25 years of joining APEC, with its desire to continue contributing to the APEC process, Vietnam proposes to host activities of the APEC year 2027. APEC leaders highly appreciated and strongly supported Vietnam's proposal, and agreed to add it into the meeting's joint statement.
On the sideline of APEC leaders meeting, President Võ Văn Thưởng has a number of bilateral activities, more in the following report.
On the sidelines of the APEC Economic Leaders Week on November 17th, local time, in San Francisco, President Vo Van Thuan met with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. The two leaders reviewed the sound development of Vietnam-Australia relations in recent times, especially since the two countries established the strategic partnership in 2018. They agreed that the trust and friendship between the two peoples, along with encouraging attainments in cooperation areas, are an important foundation to elevate the bilateral to a new height. At the meeting with his Peruvian counterpart, Dina Ercilia Boluard Zagara, President Vo Van Thuan affirmed that Vietnam attaches importance to the ties with Peru and the Latin American region, and always keeps in mind the Peruvian people's affection and support to Vietnam's past struggle for national defense and at present national construction. He highlighted the need to effectively promote bilateral cooperation mechanisms, especially in economic trade investment. For her part, President Boluard Zagara highly appreciated Vietnam's projects bringing substantive benefits to both countries, and said the Peruvian government always welcomes and creates favorable for Vietnamese businesses operating in the country. Earlier, meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on November 16th, on the sideline of the APEC Economic Leaders Week, President Vo Van Thuan suggested both sides maintain exchanges at all levels, step up cooperation between localities, and maintain existing dialogue mechanisms in the fields of politics diplomacy, defense security, and economy trade. Prime Minister Trudeau affirmed that Canada treasures the relations with Vietnam and expressed his impression of the country's economic growth. Amidst many challenges in the global situation, Canada will continue giving priority to developing its ties with Vietnam, particularly in politics diplomacy, economy trade, education training, security defense, and people-to-people exchanges. On November 17th, local time, President Vo Van Thuan, his spouse, and the Vietnamese delegation departed for Vietnam, concluding their visit to the U.S. to attend the APEC leaders meeting.
We have more news coming up next. Let's take a look.
The launch for a book on the promotion of the great national solidarity tradition, written by Party General Secretary Binh Phuoc, made debut at a ceremony held in Hanoi on November 18. The 748-page book comprises an overview, 75 outstanding speeches, articles, interviews, letters, and appeals by the General Secretary, along with 142 photos reflecting his visits to the 63 provinces and cities nationwide. The book also provides a political basis for building an action plan for implementing the resolution of the 13-party Central Committee's session on continuing to bring into play the great national solidarity tradition to develop Vietnam into an increasingly strong, prosperous, civilized, and happy nation. Aside from the printed version, the book is also launched the electronic version.
As one of the fastest-growing markets in Asia, Vietnam has captured the attention of supporting industry giants worldwide. Some have recently unveiled their strategy to venture into Vietnamese markets.
The scale of Vietnam's industrial component manufacturing industry is forecast to increase by 6.6% in 2023, contributing to attracting the shifting trend in the global supply chain to Vietnam. This upward trajectory is expected to attract a shift in the global supply chain towards Vietnam. In fact, large corporations such as Apple and Lego have now begun building major production facilities in Vietnam. According to experts, as Vietnam is one of the fastest-growing markets in Asia, it has become an attractive and unmissable destination for global manufacturers and multinational corporations. Furthermore, when participating in the Vietnamese market, global manufacturers and multinational corporations are also able to open the door to reach potential customers in the Asia-Pacific region.
And that's it for this edition of BPTV News. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.